Golf is a white sport. Nope, we're not necessarily a white organization. Golf is expensive. Nope, we got clubs and everything for you, so you don't have to make those initial investments. Golf is stale, it's slow, it's just boring. Nope. How can you say golf is boring when we got a DJ at the party, right?
Recently, we had a chance to sit down with Army veteran Richard Badger. He shares more about the organization WeBlackWeGolf. They are doing some great things to increase diversity within the game of golf, learn the game of golf, and improve your golf game. Let's jump right into it.
WeBlackWeGolf is a social organization that ultimately we use the game of golf to bring people and bring community together to really promote professional and personal development, health and wellness. And what separates us and our mission is introducing people to the game of golf. So when we think about golf, the sport of golf, many times we lack diversity in the sport of golf, and so we're turning down opportunities within our workplace, within our own personal spaces, if you have your own business. And so what we want to do is put golf clubs in individuals' hands just to kind of teach them the basic etiquettes of the game. You know, and the basic etiquettes are, say you're a junior level staff at your organization, and you get an email across your desk saying, hey, we're sponsoring this golf tournament, any takers? And for the last 5 years you've been saying no because you don't know how to play golf. You know, you don't want to go out there and embarrass yourself and what have you. Well, you may be missing out on your next business deal. You may be missing out on your next personal business deal or your next promotion. You know, who knows who you're gonna end up playing with on the golf course, right? And so our thing is, we just want to be able to introduce people to the game of golf. Now, the name WeBlackWeGolf, it's intentional. We really want to increase the diversity within the black and brown community in the sport of golf, because unfortunately golf has a history. And so that history was that it was very exclusive. You know, it was a certain demographic that they were looking for in the golf world. And, you know, the PGA has since changed that, and they're doing a great job at really trying to increase the diversity, equity, and inclusion within the sport. And so we're a part of that. You know, we just want to make sure that, you know, black and brown people, women, children, everybody understands, hey, this golf thing is for you as well. We've been in existence now just under 2 years. And in the course of that 2 years, our social media presence is over almost 2,000 members. As far as our physical events, we've been in contact with almost 500 people. So we've been able to actually put golf clubs in 500 people's hands. And we try to demythify a lot of the stereotypes that go with golf. Golf is a white sport. Nope, we're not necessarily a white organization. Golf is expensive. Nope, we got clubs and everything for you, so you don't have to make those initial investments. Golf is stale, it's slow, it's just boring. Nope. How can you say golf is boring when we got a DJ at the party, right? It's hard to be boring when you're out here, you know, doing a Humpty dance or whatever, right? And so we have really tried to demythify the game of golf, make it inviting, take the intimidation factors away by just introducing it in a way where you can be comfortable, you can be yourself, you know, you get to meet new people. It's funny because, like, one of the things I tell people is, like, I've never met an asshole on the golf course. Off the golf course, they may be the biggest, but on the golf course, we're all struggling to try to do the same thing. Get this little ball into that little hole in the shortest and the fewest amount of strokes possible. I don't know why we got into this space, but we're in this space. But we've been doing a stellar job at really introducing this game to people. We're excited about it. I know sometimes the name of the organization can bring some concerns or raise some concerns, but it's like, get beyond the name. You know, it's all about bringing people together. You know, we have white people, we have Jewish folks involved with WeBlackWeGolf. Like, it runs the gambit, you know. And right now, our number one demographic as far as growing the game have been women. You know, and so women are really taking over the game. So to the men out there, you better get your game right, because these women are coming to get us. You know, and women, in my opinion, women are naturally better golfers than men, mainly because I think they're more mechanically sound. But as an organization, we're going to continue to press through. We offer an 8-week golf clinic for beginners. That's a paid clinic, paid service. We have a 6-week youth clinic that we call Golf is Life. So we teach young people about not just the sport of golf, but about the golf industry and all the various opportunities within golf. But then most importantly, how you have to approach golf similar to how you approach every decision that you make in life. So we want to make sure that the students that we work with are getting more than just another sport that they're adding to the repertoire. We want to make sure that this is a life-building, personal building type of experience for them. So I'm loving it.
That's awesome, man. So when did you come up with the idea, and like how did it happen when you started?
So there's two parts to that story. So the name WeBlackWeGolf was created by one of our founders, Marshall Martin. And Marshall Martin he's an Army vet as well. He's a high school teacher, and then he DJs on the side. And so he was at a golf course one day, and he's in the parking lot getting ready to play. And so some guys walk past him, kind of giving this side-eyed look. And so it's like, yeah, WeBlackWeGolf, because it's him and another guy. And that's kind of how the name WeBlackWeGolf started. And so Martin, we call him DJ Mr. Martin, he started a Facebook social page, so that people would come out and play golf with him. So that's how WeBlackWeGolf started, the name. Tony Reese, who's the second founder, Tony Reese was at the driving range. And so Tony Reese is like a social promoter. He's all about, promoting parties and different events and just really galvanizing people together. So he goes to a driving range. He's brought to a driving range by one of his close friends. And he goes on social media live, and people, of course, tune in to see this horrific display of learning how to play golf. But he's trying to figure this thing out on his own. And so the driving range he was at was actually about maybe 7 minutes from where I live, and I happened to chime in. And so then he came out the next week, and I went out there with him. And so now I'm out there with him, kind of giving him some tips and stuff. And now it's like all these people saying, I want to learn how to play golf. I want to learn how to play golf. So then Tony capitalized on that, saying, well, I'm finding enjoyment in learning how to play golf, as frustrating as it may be, but it's fun. So Tony and his promoting instincts, it's like, we need to, this is something here. So he decides to make it into something. DJ Mr. Martin and Tony already knew each other. And so they end up crossing paths. And so they, instead of creating two separate entities, they decided to join forces. So what started out as somebody just wanted to, have people come out and play golf with them, then turned out to be this whole social platform of now just under 2,000 people. We have all levels of golf. So we have those who play competitively, recreationally, then we have the very beginner, and then we have the spectator. Those who want to be in the golf environment but don't want to necessarily learn how to play. And so we have it all. And so that's kind of how, WeBlackWeGolf started. I entered into it just by helping Tony. It was about, dude, like, this is not a good look. Like, you can't be on live because people are going to see this, and this is just not a good look. So I was really just trying to help Tone out, and ultimately end up kind of jumping into the deep end once we started talking about this is bigger than what we think it is. And then COVID, of course, helped because, by the time this is all around in COVID time, golf by its very nature is COVID compliant.
Yeah.
So, the cabin fever is real. People are just itching to get out the house. And so we were really able to benefit off of COVID and the courses being open. And I thank the Wisconsin State Golf Association for lobbying for the state to keep the golf courses open, because the state tried to shut it down, but they lobbied and made sure that the courses were able to stay open. So
that's awesome. I love how they came together, because you hear a lot about, there's a lot of nonprofits that try to do their own thing.
Yeah.
But teaming up, man, I mean, that force of power right there is huge. So is it a membership type organization, or what? Do you have to pay to be a part of it, or how does it work?
So as it stands right now, it's just basically, it's like church. Just come in. You come in, and now you've met your tribe. So there's not a paid membership to it. We actually are talking about it. That may be a future iteration of WeBlackWeGolf, where we may have a paid option, but the paid option will come with certain other perks and benefits. But as it stands right now, you can hit us up on social media, Facebook, WeBlackWeGolf. All of our platforms are WeBlackWeGolf, and you can join in that way.
That's awesome. So what kind of feedback are you getting from your participants, and then what can one expect when they come out? What can they experience during one of your events?
So it's funny. I think part of the reason why women are the #1 demographic right now, as far as those who are coming out to learn the game, is because women are coming out with the expectation to want to learn how to play the game. I think men, we naturally are competitive for the most part, and I think men, they want to figure out how to play golf on their own so they can come out and compete. WeBlackWeGolf is not a competitive environment; it's a social environment. And so it's our task to try to introduce you to the game of golf in a way that you're going to have fun. It's not going to break the bank, but you're still going to get quality instruction. And so when individuals come out to our events, whether it's a Sunday Funday, Caddyshack day party in the wintertime, or to our golf outing, you should, one, expect to have fun, expect to be greeted and treated and recognized for who you are, but at the end of the day, come out with the expectation to want to learn the game and be receptive to the instruction that you get. Sunday Funday has probably been our most successful and biggest response. And so Sunday Funday, we would typically meet up at Lincoln Park, which is one of the Milwaukee County public courses. It's a 9-hole course, par 34, so there's no par 5s on it. And whether you have experience or not, we'll take you out and provide on-course instruction. And that on-course instruction comes like in a scramble format, so we're not holding up the course. So we're constantly pushing the course. So pace of play is very important. People don't have to have their clubs. We bring clubs out. So it really is just an opportunity to introduce people to the game. As you know, as I know, once you get hooked, and more often than not, people will get hooked, that's when the investment starts to happen. That's when you start buying the shoes, the clothes, the golf clubs. You want to get good golf clubs. People don't realize that most of the money in golf is probably spent on golf balls, but just coming in, they should just be ready to come, ready to get around the golf in. And we typically don't charge those individuals that are coming to be introduced to the game. We as an organization will eat that cost.
So that's interesting to me. So what kind of partnerships do you look for to create more awareness, and how do you generate funding for your events?
For the most part, we've been coming out of pocket. So we finally have gotten our 501c3 designation. So we applied last year, and we got our 501c3 designation. So now we're going to start, looking for grant opportunities and everything. But we, as a committee, we've been committed to the movement of WeBlackWeGolf. So we've basically been kind of funding it out of pocket ourselves, which is not a bad thing. There have been some people who have kind of kicked in and supported, but for the most part, we've been kind of towing the funds ourselves. And there's no complaint between the apparel that we've had, the golf outing. Of course, the golf outing, that was a paid event, so the success of the golf outing allowed us some funds additionally to be able to kind of help cultivate some of the other stuff. And then like the Caddyshack Day Party, there was a charge to the Caddyshack Day Party for those recreational golfers. But then the people who came for instruction didn't have to pay. So we try to offset it with the recreational golfers to the instructees so that they don't have to pay.
So the Caddyshack event, when does that typically happen?
That's typically in the wintertime.
In the winter?
Yeah. Okay. So the Caddyshack Day Party is an indoor event, so that in the wintertime, because we're in Wisconsin, we're still able to swing clubs. So we'll go to basically a golf bar, and we'll get on the simulators. And so we'll actually book out the location for about 4 hours. And they have 4 bays. The place we use, they have 4 bays. So 2 of the bays will be used for golfers to be able to play around the golf. And so they'll pay whatever the cost is for unlimited golf for the duration of the 4 hours, which we all know, like if you go to most simulators, it's going to be $40, $50 an hour. And on the weekends, it's typically about $60 an hour. Yeah. So we charge less than that. And we try to pair up the course, the simulator course, with the PGA roster. So that way they have a good time. But it's unlimited golf for 4 hours for, a set price. That figure allows us to be able to offset the other 2 bays, so we're not trying to make any money on these events. We really just want to be able to bring people together, have that opportunity to introduce people to the game of golf in a place where it's wintertime in Wisconsin, but we can still swing clubs.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Is there any other events that you're looking at doing throughout the year, or not yet? Or I'm sure it's probably in planning phase.
Well, so Sunday Fundays will start the first week in June. So we've been waiting on the weather to break. So thank you, Mother Nature. So Sunday Fundays will start the first Sunday in June and will carry on throughout the summer, weather permitting, of course, and holidays permitting. But that will happen. So they can always go to our website, because the Sunday Funday is going to be scheduled a little bit differently. We'll still be at Lincoln Park. That's going to be the home of Sunday Funday. But for the recreational golfers, we'll actually have a Sunday Funday location at some of the other municipal parks in the Milwaukee County golf course system. And it's just 9 holes. We're only playing 9 holes for Sunday Funday. And then once a month we'll converge and have like a cookout at another park. After the locations have finished playing golf, we'll converge somewhere and have a cookout. So that will start the first week in June. And then our big golf event, the WeBlackWeGolf Midwest Open, that's going to be Saturday, September 10th, and that's held at Brown Deer Golf Course. And so the significance of Brown Deer, as everybody knows, it used to be the host of the GMO, the Greater Milwaukee Open, but that's where Tiger Woods made his professional debut. And so, and we have, at least last year, we had bottomless Bloody Marys and screwdrivers on hole number 14. And so the historical connection with that was the hole that Tiger Woods hit his hole-in-one in his first professional tournament. So we don't necessarily want anybody to hit a hole-in-one on that hole, so we can get you we're going to get you feeling real courageous with bottomless screwdrivers and Bloody Marys. Although we did have a hole-in-one last year, not on hole number 14, but we did have a hole-in-one last year. And the beauty of that was it was a hole-in-one by a young lady. It was her first time playing in a golf event, and she's very new to playing golf.
Wow.
And hit a hole-in-one, yeah.
That's awesome.
It was a beautiful day. The weather held up. Got a hole-in-one. We had just under 100 golfers in the event, so it was outstanding. And I've yet to hit a hole-in-one. I've been playing 20 years.
Too.
So I've been close, but I've yet to hit a hole-in-one. So, shouts out to Diana Robinson for her hole-in-one.
That's great to hear. I didn't know that was Tiger's first tournament. That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of significance there.
Yeah, huge significance. Because, Tiger when you think about, building the diversity in the sport, Tiger, you have like Lee Elders and Calvin Pete and all those that came before Tiger. But Tiger I think Tiger made the sport cool. And he put an athletic side to the sport. When you think about golfers historically, you never really thought of them as athletes. Tiger was sitting there benching 300 pounds and running, 5 miles a day. And people who didn't play golf like it, but it's golf. Like, how hard is it? How physically strenuous is it? And but once you start playing golf, you understand that. And this is why we say the health and wellness part of golf as well with WeBlackWeGolf, because walking the course, if you walk an 18-hole course, if we're walking Ives Groves right now, you're walking anywhere between 5 to 7 miles over the course of that 18 holes. And although Ives Groves doesn't have a lot of hills, if you're playing a hilly course, that's not 5 to 7 miles of just flat surface. You're going uphill, downhill. It's a whole lot of undulations on these courses. So it's a good workout.
Yeah.
It's a very good workout. Then the torque, that you're doing. So if you're not in golf shape, you will feel it the next day. You would definitely feel it the next day.
Absolutely. And it's pretty amazing streak that Tiger had during his prime. Like, if he didn't work out, he probably wouldn't have had that same streak.
Correct.
He kept his body in tip-top shape to be able to do those things. Some of the majors he won during those years in a row, you look at his resume, it's pretty impressive. 10
years. It was over 10 years in number one.
Yeah.
And I think it was 3 years. It may have been like 3 years. Don't quote me on this fact, but I think it was like 3 years in between the time that he missed a cut. Like the numbers are just
not often.
Exactly. The numbers are incredible. But even like Tiger Woods today, the 40-something-year-old Tiger Woods today, the fact that he was able to play in the Masters, make the cut, play the weekend on a leg that he was almost amputated just a year ago, is definitely a testament to making sure that we all take care of our bodies.
Absolutely.
So health and wellness is critical. I'm a cancer survivor as well, so I definitely take my health very, very serious. And I walk the courses as big as I am, and even at my largest, I've always walked the courses, And some days it felt like I was going to die out here. Other days I felt like Superman, you know. Typically the days I feel like I was going to die out here, I played better than the days I felt like Superman, though. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I mean, the health and wellness piece is a huge component of, you know, part of the mission of WeBlackWeGolf. Is like, you know, we got to talk about health is the greatest value that we have, that we own. And if we don't take care of it, then we're just giving it away. We're just giving our money away.
Yeah.
You know, and who wants to do that?
Not me.
Right.
Well, I know you mentioned it a few times. You wanted to say your website one more time, so where people can find more about your organization and
Definitely.
events.
So you can find us at WeBlackWeGolf.org. That's our website. And all social media platforms are going to be WeBlackWeGolf.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you may want to check out this episode here, or you can check out this one right here. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video.